Hello and welcome to this latest episode of the Fully Booked Coach podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Poulter, and in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the 6 biggest sales mistakes that are costing you clients. I speak to thousands of fitness coaches every single year, and there are 6 common mistakes that happen that have easy fixes, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. So the question is, do you ever feel like you are having great conversations with potential clients, but don't know why they aren't resulting in signups? Or do you feel like you are so scared of coming across salesy or slimy that you avoid selling completely? If these statements relate, if you can resonate with these, if you feel these, if you're feeling this way, if you felt this way before, this episode is for you. So listen in. So we're going to dive in. So we're going to go number one. You aren't following a sales script. And let me caveat this one, because where a lot of people go wrong, a lot of coaches go wrong, is they get a sales script or they hear of a sales script and they think that it has to be very robotic and you have to stick to the script verbatim, like word for word. And that's where people go wrong. I don't even really like calling it a sales script. Maybe I need to think of a better way of referring to it or another name for it. But let's see it as some sales guidelines. Whatever it is, you need to have some form of format to your selling. You will not sign clients, you will lose potential clients if you're not asking specific questions. And I'll share those questions on another podcast. Just someone remind me, send me a message on Instagram at Fully Booked Coach. But you need to start following a sales script. And the best place to start, for the guys inside the mastermind, they have it in the membership site for yourself listening. If you're not a client of mine, the best place to start is just to start writing down the questions that you currently are asking consistently. And there's going to be some fundamental questions in there that work and some that don't. And then formulate them into some form of chronological order, something that makes sense, and then refer back to that when you're selling either in person or on the phone. The difference for anyone listening who predominantly sells in person, does a lot more gym floor PT, what you need to understand is you're going to have to spend a bit more time potentially learning this off by heart. The more that you do this on a regular basis, it will just come natural. A framework for you to use, and you can write this down. Typically, the way you need to start the selling when it gets to that part of the consultation, you've done a taster session with them on the gym floor, or maybe you've had a call with them on the phone or on Zoom. Typically, the place you want to start is with the pain. Okay. And this is not to make them feel like shit. I just want to make that very clear. I'm not down for that kind of selling, but you do need to get them to be aware of their pain. People are more likely to take action out of pain than they are towards a pleasure. This is the exact reason why people wait until their toothache gets so bad that they think their tooth's going to fall out, and only then do they go and see the dentist. Whereas if they know that they want nice, shiny teeth, they would be going to see the dentist more often. I did it myself recently. I waited until I got toothache. I went to see the dentist. I'm just as bad as them. So anyway, start with pain, understanding what's your biggest struggle right now. Like, how are you feeling? How's that really making you feel? Like, what's bothering you? Like, understand the pain that they're in, but make sure that you finish the call or towards the end of the consultation when you're selling, you finish with the pleasure, the vision, the excitement. So, right, let's get excited about, where is this going to get you? Let's say we talk this time next year and you've lost 10 kilos, and what else is this going to give you outside of the obvious aesthetic benefits? Okay. But you have to formulate this into a script, and that's where a lot of people are going wrong. Number two, you aren't taking payment at the time. Okay. You have to stop sending emails or suggesting at the end of your taster sessions to send an email, or at the end of your sales calls on the phone saying, oh yeah, I'll send you my prices via email. You've got to stop doing that. If you are serious about trying to help people and you're serious about making money, you have to start taking payment at the time. You are doing people arguably a disservice by not taking payment at the time, because what you're doing is giving them a chance to procrastinate and stay stuck and talk themselves out of it. Ultimately, if someone comes to you and you have the solution to the problem that they are struggling with, you owe it to them to sell it to them. That's it. And see it, instead of selling, as serving and helping, rather than how many people can I sell, how many PT clients can I sign up. How many people can I help? How many people can I serve? If you're on a mission to help people, then you owe it to them to sell it to them. And that's why you need to take payment at the time. We suggest using a Stripe app where you can take payment on the phone. Or if you're in person, you can get a card reader. I used to, when I was working on the gym floor, I spent 11 years fully booked as a PT. I would take payments on a card reader. I think it was PayPal at the time. I'd even go and get it, or and bring it out on the gym floor and get people to pay there and then. Some people think that's quite bold. I just think it's standard business. You wouldn't go into a shop and say, "Yeah, oh, thanks, yeah, I'll get the TV. Send me the quote and I'll pay tomorrow." You go to the counter and you pay with your card. It's very normal. Number 3, you aren't challenging their objections. Okay, people are saying to you, "I need to think about it. I need to speak to my partner. I'm not sure now is the right time." We've all heard them, right? We've all heard them. What you need to do is you need to challenge these objections. You need to say to people, what is it you need to think about? Or what do you mean exactly? Or you said earlier that your partner supports you. Like, do you think that they will understand why you're going ahead with, working with a coach? You have to ask these questions. I think it's Tim Ferriss that says the success of someone's life is often determined by how many uncomfortable conversations they're willing to have. And this is so true in business, and especially when selling. If your best friend said to you, "Oh, I'm not coming to the party tonight because, I just," or, "Do you want to come to the party? Oh, I just need to think about it." You say, "What do you need to think about?" Say the same on your sales calls. Say the same when you're selling to someone on the gym floor. You say, "John, you've just told me you're really struggling. You're feeling like this. You've told me that you feel like I can help you. You feel like my program can get you results. Do you mind me asking, like, what is it you need to think about?" Be polite, but be direct. Be firm. Be authoritative, but also be understanding. That's why people aren't working with you right now, and that's why you're not signing people up, because you're not challenging their objections. Number 4 of 6. You aren't getting the bigger, deeper reason why they want this. And for you guys watching on YouTube, I put here why they want this. And what I mean by that is you're just keeping it very surface level. Yeah, I want to lose 5 kilos. I want to drop a stress size. I want to get a little bit fitter. That is not good enough. You need to ask these people, go deeper. You need to say to them, "Hey, other than the obvious aesthetic reasons, what's this going to bring to your life? What's it going to bring to your relationship, your sex life, your work life, progressing in your career, your confidence, your mental health?" Like, go deeper. People tell you that they've come to you because they want a 6-pack. People tell you that they come to you because they just want to lose a bit of weight. But when you actually go a little bit deeper and find out that it's because they were always overweight as a kid at school and they were bullied, and they're still carrying that with them 30 years on, then when you get to the part in the conversation where they start backtracking and saying, "Actually, no, I'm not sure about doing this," you can remind them of the words that they said. You know how you said earlier that you spent your whole life feeling like crap? This is why you need to move forwards. So you have to start going deeper, guys. Number 5, you aren't booking a follow-up. Okay. And what I mean by this is if someone doesn't sign up with you, get your diary out and say, "No problem, Steve. You know what? Go and do what you need to do. Give it a go on your own. Try a plan B, find an alternative." And what we'll do is we'll catch up in 1 month's time on today. If today's the 4th of November, let's catch up on the 4th of December and see how you're getting on. If you've made progress on your own, great. Keep smashing it. But if you haven't, then maybe it's worth us revisiting the program. The other thing you need to do, guys, is if someone says to you, "Oh, I just need to go away and have a think about it," by all means, let them go away and have a think about it. But the option you have is then going to them and saying, "Well, other than just going away to have a think about it, I'm going to put a time frame on this. And what we should do is let's catch up this time tomorrow. I'll give you a call and we'll see where you're at. If you want to go ahead, then we'll go ahead. And if you don't, I can at least give you some stuff to be getting on with in the meantime. But you have to book a follow-up." And number 6, last but not least, you aren't asking for referrals. One of the best things you can do when someone joins your program, they say yes to working with you in the gym, you say to them, "Dan, I'm so excited about working with you. I don't suppose you know anyone else who would benefit from being part of the program. There's a referral in it for you. You either get a free session or 50 quid cash or a t-shirt or an Amazon voucher or whatever." Incentivize them. I'd love to help any of your friends and family who also want to lose weight, who want to lose body fat, who want to gain muscle, who want to feel more confident. But you have to start asking for referrals. And that's why you're missing out on sales, because the best time to ask for a referral is at the point of sale. People think it's better to ask for referrals when they've gone into your program or later down the line. That is not the case. You want to ask for referrals at the time of making the sale. So that's number 6. So to recap, guys, number 1, start using a sales script. You can make your own, or you can join the mastermind and you can have the script that's generated almost £1 million in sales, in program sales for us. 2, take payment at the time. Do not send emails ever again. Number 3, challenge their objections. Don't be afraid to ask those uncomfortable conversations. It will result in your success and also helping more people. Number 4 is go deeper. Don't be afraid to go deeper with what they're saying. Don't take fat loss or fitter or 5 kilos as the final answer. Find out why they're really on the call, or why they've really booked in to have a taster session with you in the gym. Number 5, book follow-ups, whether that's the next day, the next week, or in the month. There has to be a date in the diary. And number 6, I want you to start asking for free referrals at the end of every consultation, sales call, taster session in the gym. So if you got value from this episode, give me a follow on Instagram. Drop me a message. Let me know that you listened to this episode and you took value. Let me know your biggest takeaway. And also leave a review. If you're enjoying the podcast, give me a review. Let me know what topics you want to hear more about, or message me on Instagram at FullyButCoach about what topics you want to hear more about. And I'm loving the podcast. I'm definitely going to keep going at this rate. And yeah, I'm happy to help, guys. So I will catch you on the next episode.